Hey guys, so because the English Twitter account is taking forever to retweet the, or to tweet out the English version of this, I'm just going to translate the Japanese version because I don't want to wait. So this is what we're going to go over here. And yeah, it looks like the next Zenkai unit, which should actually be coming out in like a few hours from now, is going to be this purple Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which is pretty surprising because we already have a purple Saiyan Zenkai buffer in Scouter Vegeta, which is he's not that old at this point. So my question is this guy going to be another purple Saiyan Zenkai unit? Me personally, I'm probably thinking more so along the lines of a purple Sun family, but you know, this again, this guy could potentially have one of the best Zenkai abilities in the game if they do give him purple Saiyan, but purple Sun family is also very good as well. But alright, here we go. Let's translate this. So, Super Saiyan 3 Zenkai is coming. So, against tag Regen, he is going to have an effect that he's going to have an additional effect that reduces their defense as well as damage cut effects. So he's very powerful against regen parties and tough allies, basically is what this is saying. And this part down here says when you obtain all of his unique abilities, he'll be able to get Ki on switch in, as well as increases damage up from the start of the battle, right? So we know that this guy, when he came out, he was mostly known as a slow starter because of the fact that his unique ability. We'll take a look at what he is. His existing kit is right now in a little bit, but right now, you know, before his Zenkai, he's known as a slow starter because his unique ability builds up over, I think it's like 10, 20, or 40 timer counts or something. So in order to get his full unique, you have to wait 40 timer counts, which at this point is like, battles don't last nearly like long enough to get all those, you know, well, they do last long enough to get all those active, but to get value out of something that takes 40 counts to activate is not good in this meta right now. So with this Goku coming out, I mean, it looks like we are returning to having a Zenkai come out every other week. We had a little bit of a lull there at one point, but gear up because we could be seeing another landslide of Zenkai units come out here fairly soon. So this Goku, and I guess what we'll do from now is we'll go ahead and take a look at what his existing kit is over on DBZ Space. So give me a second while I pull that up, and we will see exactly what he could be improving with. Alright, so just quickly taking a look at what this guy does right now, and also at what he could potentially be buffing with his Zenkai ability. This Goku, actually, when he came out, because this guy came out during Black Friday, I think it was 2018, because it was not super long after the game released. It was like 6 months after the game came out. So this guy is actually pretty old at this point. But back when he came out, he was like, honestly, you could probably consider him the best unit in the game when he came out. He had a faint chance. He hit incredibly hard. He was really good against Regen because they were the tag that was running rampant at the time. And yeah, he was very good. So right now his main ability, all it does is it draws the Ultimate Arch card, and that's it. That's all it does. It just draws the card. Unique abilities, Zenkai, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he only has, yeah, these are his two uniques right here. All this other stuff is just fodder extra stuff. So this one is not used to the change yet. 20% of damage inflicted for 10 timer counts every time this character enters the battlefield. The following effects occur when, according to the number of timer counts elapsed since the start of the battle. So 15 is 20% extra damage, 30 counts is 30% key recovery, and then 40 counts is an extra 30% of strike damage inflicted. So this guy's a bit of a slow starter, but the reason why that didn't matter back in the day is because fights used to last much longer. Right now in the meta that we're in, you literally queue up into like a hybrid Saiyan team, LF Gohan is killing you in like 5 seconds. You don't have time to ramp this up. So what I want to see them do with this is not do what they did with the purple Scouter Vegeta, where they kept this, like, but they made it better. Like, I just want to see them remove like the time restriction. They should just make this built into this unique ability without having to, or you know what they could do? They could just significantly reduce the amount of counts, because 40 counts, you're almost never going to see that. Well, you'll see it, but the amount of value you'll get out of this specific portion of the unique ability is going to be like almost 0. So I would like to see this be like 10, 20, and 30. Maybe 10, 15, 20 if possible, because 20 counts is still quite a while. But yeah, this unique could definitely use a big rework, I would say. And then this one they could honestly just scrap this entire unique and just build it into this one. So anti-regeneration strike attack up is just 40% to extra strike attack against regen. This is not good enough to be a unique by itself in this day and age. This is not a modern unique ability. Again, they could just take this and just move it up into this unique ability, and that frees up a slot for a new unique. So he could pretty much have three new unique abilities if you just combine these two together, because this is very lackluster in this day and age. So he has a regular strike, regular blast, special move is a super Kamehameha, deals major damage, and it inflicts enemies that would downgrade plus 20% of strike damage received, which is fairly standard. Special skill is the 25 or unlock key form of attack, 25% strike damage inflicted, and -5 to own strike arts cost for 15 timer counts. Back when this guy came out, this was actually one of the better green cards in the game, because not only did it give you 20% strike damage, which was, I think, above average back then, the fact that it gave you a secondary effect as well was pretty big. The units really only were pretty one-dimensional back then, and they had one ability, and that's all it did. But this guy having this and the cost reduction is actually pretty big. So I'm interested to see if they're going to, maybe bump this up to 30, maybe give this like -7 or something. I don't know if they're going to go all the way to 10, but they could. I don't know. And then his ultimate, this was probably one of the main things that made him so good, was, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this was the first ultimate to deal massive damage, because the first massive damage multiplier attack in the game, that was Red Gogeta's special move, but this is an ultimate attack. I believe, actually, does Gogeta's ultimate also deal massive damage? It might. Let me just make sure that I'm not wrong on that. But I think this is one of the first, because Gogeta, I believe, released in October. Okay, let me go back. Wait, Saiyan, right? He's a Saiyan? Gogeta's a Saiyan? Where is he? He's right here. Okay, so this does deal massive. So this guy came out, I believe this guy came out in October of 2018, and then this guy came out, where is he? This guy came out in November, so very, very shortly after Gogeta came out. So massive damage, like, this was a big deal. Even if it didn't have the faint chance, the fact that it had this is good enough back then. So they could make this something like, I don't know, deals massive impact damage. I personally don't want them to increase the % chance to faint, but if they would, I guess 30 or 35%, and then maybe like reduce sustained damage cut effects on enemy by like 80%, and increases damage dealt by like 40% or something. That would be good enough. Maybe they could give it blast armor, but that would be very powerful if they did. We'll see. So the other thing I want to talk about quickly is, what is this guy going to be buffing with the Zenkai ability? Because this guy just buffs Saiyans. He's a Saiyan buffer. We already have a purple Saiyan buffer in Scouter Vegeta. Is this guy going to be buffing Sun Family purple? I could see that happening, for real. So if we take a look at the Sun Family tag, that's Saiyans. Sun Family was over here. This guy getting a Zenkai buff could help him become... He's not bad anymore, but he's definitely outdated at this point. It could help him stay relevant for longer, for sure. Goten could get some help from that Zenkai ability. This guy, he's pretty good. This Legend Drill, whenever he gets a Zenkai, he could be really good. This Gohan with the Zenkai, this purple Goku, there's a few good options here. But I don't know if a purple Sun Family Zenkai buffing ability, I don't know if that would be like game-breakingly powerful. If they actually made this guy a purple Saiyan Zenkai again, like a second one, that's starting to get into the levels of being scary, right? So we'll see if they end up doing that, but you guys can let me know down below if you are looking forward to this, if you're hype about this. I know somebody who's definitely excited about this one, so anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and we will have our typical, showcase of this guy up tomorrow night. 1400%, 14 stars, Zenkai 7. So hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I will see you all in the next one.